So the thing that I want to talk about is basically Jamie and I went to Pi like yesterday. We just got back and we went on a little holiday. We went traveling as people do, and we met a lot of travelers, like white people who live in the UK or America or Germany or some like random place. And they all just go on holiday and they backpack around like Southeast Asia or whatever. And there's that stereotype of like, oh, like I'm gonna find myself. And our trip was only like 3 days long, but I wanted to know if I had actually learnt anything, and if so, what can I actually do about it? Because it felt like the only thing I learnt how to do was rent a motorbike and spend a lot of money on food. So I asked myself this deeply, and the whole time we were actually trying to like make friends, like seek people out and have conversations with random people and talk to people. And we were not very good at it, I'm not gonna lie. And I used to have very, very bad social anxiety, the type of social anxiety where I literally like I felt like everyone was watching me and that I was being judged by everyone, like a type of shit where you're like sweating and everything. And I thought that I had like confidence in myself. I thought that I had like gotten rid of that social anxiety because I don't feel uncomfortable in public anymore. Like when I first came to Thailand, I had to ask my mom to go with me everywhere because I was just too like self-conscious to want to go anywhere on my own. But now it's like, oh, I don't really care. And I thought that I had fixed that part of myself, but it just turns out that even though I've built this sense of like self-confidence or whatever, I don't think I really changed much about myself. Like, as in, after all this self-improvement, I'm still like quite self-conscious, and it is very difficult to just go up to people and talk to them, especially like when you're at a bar and you feel like there's only two types of people in that whole town. The two types of people was like super hippie, super rasta, like dreadlocks, sweaty clothes, complete like rasta lifestyle. Like there were those people, and then the other type of people were like complete like alcoholics, like going to bars and like getting shit faced. So there were those two kinds of people, but we didn't know where we fit in, and we didn't know who we could actually talk to because of that fact that we felt that we didn't fit in. We didn't fit in with the fucking drinkers, the alcoholics. We felt more inclined to talk to the people who were more rasta, but the thing is we don't smoke weed, so we couldn't relate on that on any level. And so we just felt stuck, and it was just weird because maybe it's the fact that there's two of us, so we kind of have our own little vacuum between each other where we only talk to each other and we like talk about other people or whatever. And because we're together, it's a lot harder, because actually for me it was a lot easier if I was just on my own, because just talking to people, I actually just sat down with some dudes, I said hi and I just gave them fist bumps and I was like, is it okay if I sit here? And they were like, sure. And then we just had a conversation. They were from fucking Newcastle, and I might see them one day in the future because I'm going to Durham and they live like near Durham, but you never know. It's a small world. And yeah, like I'm not trying to like blame Jamie or anything, like, oh, like, I could have gone out on my own and I could have made friends on my own and blah blah blah, but it's just, it would have been nice if she were there, but she had to go to bed early. Well, she was tired, so that's fine. Yeah, we had a very good time, and I realized that I've got a 0 in the skill of social skills. And I thought that I didn't really have any like, oh, like self-anxiety or anything like that, but I do. Because like we were trying to like build up the confidence to talk to someone, and I remember just saying like, are we still self-conscious? And she was like, yeah, we are self-conscious. And I don't really know why, because I felt like at least I thought I'd like fixed my mental health, and I fixed like the things I didn't like about myself, like in terms of like my body and my body image or whatever. Like, oh, going to the gym and sculpting your body out of marble or whatever. And I thought I'd fixed a lot of parts of my life, but then I realized, like, okay, no, I haven't. I can't talk to someone in public without feeling this massive pressure of like, oh, what do I say? Like, oh, like, you know, like, you really overthink it. And I think that's what we were doing. So I don't know, I didn't find myself in Pi. Just like a lot of people who travel to find themselves, that's fucking bullshit. You're not actually learning anything. But it is nice to travel and to experience these experiences. So I'm very grateful that I got to go. And I'm very grateful that I'm home, because now I can sit in front of a camera and talk about whatever fucking pops into mind. So yeah, I was somewhat prepared to I scheduled a bunch of videos, so if I haven't like responded to any comments, that's because I was in Pi and I was just using my brain power for other things. I guess I still have social anxiety even after all of this fucking self-improvement for like a year. Like I'm still like zero in social skills. Like even though I've read the book like How to Win Friends and Influence People or whatever, I still have social anxiety. That's kind of sad, but I'm gonna work on that because that's what self-improvement is all about. Also, if I look kind of dead, it's because I think I have heat stroke or something. And also I slept for like 15 hours last night. Yeah. Alright, I'll talk to you soon then. Peace.